I started sketching with little confidence and experience. As I progressed and continued to study the form of artworks and objects, and with the exploration of different techniques, I was able to produce sketches that may not have been perfect, but captured the essence of the chosen subject. I had never created a highly detailed and intricate trace drawing before week 2, and at the beginning I felt that I was going to really struggle. What I discovered as I continued to practice was to make sure I allowed a lot of time and patience to capture each detail as closely as I could, making sure I paid attention to the pressure of the fine liner when tracing, and being aware of the bleeding with the marker when rendering or blocking in. Model making was definitely my worst week. The problems that I faced were not in the logic of assembly, but in my ability to plan ahead and have the right materials. Working with an adhesive foam board and craft knife, I was not able to create a model that was precise, and found my creation to have many problems, such as frayed pieces, both sides mismatching, and glue not adhering correctly. In week 4, I began exploration in the principles of design and the elements of design. They enabled me to have a broader perspective on the ways to approach, interact, and use design to create unwritten visual narratives that conveyed a clear message. I created a number of layouts that I thought conveyed interesting visual stories, and most importantly, I was able to attempt to do this with a greater development of intention and purpose. In week 5, it was a process of taking time to understand how the divisions of space worked within a layout context. By using the activities of cropping and framing, this helped to understand the way that I could use thirds, fifths, sevenths, etc., and really understand how they could be compiled together when photographing objects directly. In week 6, I used knowledge I had gained from the previous weeks to explore my own identity and to represent this in a personal mark that was able to capture my personality and what parts of myself I wanted to share. It involved the consideration of who I am, my interpretation of the world, and the process of how to use design to explain all of these things in just one image. In week 7, I took a step outside the box with the exploration of anti-design and conceiving an original idea. This process was very hard at first, and found it took a long time to break down the barriers of logical order and to be able to consider the creation of an object that had function but was completely unnecessary and funny. In week 8, I found great inspiration to continue refinement of my final idea selected in week 7. I had chosen my tissue box necklace and wanted to be able to take this concept and really push it as far as I was able to.